Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath737a.
FamilyMath737a. So today we're going to look at the abracadabra problem. Abracadabra. Oops, forgot an A. We're going to look at the abracadabra problem.
Okay.
And yesterday we looked at the Covifi problem.
Yep.
So do you remember how we're gonna? So the problem we're gonna look at is you type letters randomly. How long do you expect it to take until you type the word abracadabra?
Yeah.
So we did that yesterday with a different word. So what's the approach gonna be here?
So we need to do the same thing we did yesterday. We need to figure out at each stage of typing, how likely is it that you'll stay on track, and how likely is it that you'll fail?
Okay.
But this one's going to be a bit different than the Covifi problem.
Why?
Because at some points, like here, at all the A's, you can loop back to the start rather than keep going, and you're still on the right track.
Okay. All right. So what do we need to do?
So we need to figure out the probability at each stage of the word that you'll stay on track or go off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
So we can look at each individual. Letter and see how many cases there are that you'll still be going on a successful path.
Okay. And what are those letters called? Or those
states.
Okay. So we have to look at the states. What's the first state?
So it's just going to be your first letter that you type.
Nope. There's one before that.
Or just you haven't typed anything.
Well, what is the first state? What was the first state in the Covifi problem?
It was the fail state.
Fail. So fail is our first state.
You're presumably in that before you type anything.
Right. What's the next state?
Then it's A.
A.
Then AB.
AB.
ABR.
AB. BR.
ABRA.
ABRA.
ABRAC. ABRACA.
ABRACAB.
Okay. And then.
This
Keeps
will
going.
continue for the whole word.
All right. So now that we know the states, even though we don't have enough room to write them all down, maybe I'll write them down before we start the next video.
Mm-hmm.
What will be the next thing we do now that we've written down the states?
We need to find the probability of going from state to state.
Yeah.
Transition function.
The transition probabilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So maybe with the camera off, I'll write down all the states. How many are there going to be?
There are going to be 12 states.
12 states. And then we'll look at the transition probabilities.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.